Good morning, everyone. I'm here with the fabulous Mel Kelly, self-proclaimed disastrous life coach in Munich, Germany. Welcome, Mel. How are you doing today?
I am doing amazing, and it is amazing, astounding to be here with the author, Amy Hamilton. How many A's is that in there? How many
There's a
alliterations is
lot of
that?
alliteration going on today. You sound a little bit over-caffeinated, but we are talking about beer and wine, totally different type of drink. So, Mel,
Exactly.
give us your bad advice on beer versus wine.
Well, beer, wine, the question is what type of person are you? Are you a beer person or are you a wine person? And we know we're just off the back of Oktoberfest here in Munich, so there was a lot of beer that was drunk, and a lot of beer was drunk badly by many people. Too much beer, falling over, making a show of them that's great, But yes, they got lots of practice on drinking beer. So, what does beer
We've
drinking
got a
say? I mean,
comment
if
in our
you're
live
if
chat
you're
that says, yay, wine, by the way.
if you're on a date and your guy drinks wine or your guy drinks beer, how does that make you feel, Amy?
I'm very equal opportunity. I'm much more concerned if they don't drink.
Oh, I see. So you're anti-alcoholics. You're anti-non-alcoholics.
I'm more like a person in moderation, but it makes me nervous sometimes if I go out somebody and they just don't drink at all because I'm like, are they going to be judging me? Like a lot of times when people don't drink, it seems to come with a lot of baggage. But I personally am a wine drinker.
If they don't drink, they come with baggage, is it?
They come with a lot of judgment.
Judgments, okay.
Yeah. A judgmental baggage. I can't coin that term, judgmental baggage. You heard it here first, folks.
Very good. We need to patent that. That's amazing. But if you're on a date and a guy drinks 4 glasses of wine and drinks 4 beers on a date,
I don't
what
think
would
they
you
should be
think?
drinking either for. I mean, is this like a first date, or is this like you guys are like practically living together? There's a big difference there too, Mel.
Well, let's say first or second date. I don't know. You're in the courting stage or whatever you call it in the US. I don't know what you call it. What do you call that?
Courting stage.
The courting
Very British
stage.
of you. You're Irish. Now I'm really mixing everything up.
There you go.
Yeah, Mel's gonna kick me off the show and probably not let me talk anymore after this. But Mel, we need to focus a minute. Beer versus
beer. Yeah,
wine.
yes. So beer, like the point being is when is the right time to drink beer and when's the right time to drink wine, So
I think the right time to drink wine is any time.
Okay, good. Even at Oktoberfest.
Absolutely.
Exactly. When you have to pay the price of it at Oktoberfest. Actually, it's funny because only some tents have it. Some tents have wine, but not all of the tents. So most of the tents have beer and some have wine. But my goodness, the price of a bottle of wine. Ooh, my goodness, they will gouge you for that.
That is so true. I think really there's a really lovely summer fest in Stuttgart, and they had the Prosecco bowls with the strawberries in it.
Yeah,
those are really good.
Yeah, well, I would say the difference is if you're with non-drinking company, the thing is, I think a beer is smellier. If you drink beer, you'll be smellier. Your breath will be smellier. You'll be smellier the next day if you drink beer. And if you drink wine, you can get the same effect, but you're not as smelly. There you go.
If you don't like your date, drink beer. If you do like your date, drink wine.
Oh, that would be one way of putting it. Yes, that's definitely one way, because the next day, now having said that, if you drink the same quantity of wine as beer, you won't be functioning very well after about 2 liters or 2 pints of pints of wine, But yes, so that's the point. Anyway, so wine, beer, I think it kind of depends on your date. You don't judge people. You don't judge. I mean, if you were on a date, if your girlfriend, your female friends were on a date and they decide to drink a beer instead of a wine, will they get judged? In the US,
I think it's the venue. So say that I'm going to go with somebody to a ball game. Like, I think if you're at a sporting event, probably a beer is the more preferred beverage. And I think if you drink wine at like someplace like a ball game, people might look at you like, okay, you're not really part of this experience, right? Whereas if it's like a dinner at a restaurant, probably more towards wine. I think if it's like holidays are going to come up, we're going to be talking about Thanksgiving in a future episode. I think a family event like that, it would be very awkward to have beer at the table instead of wine, right? Like, so I think it's event appropriate. So I think you should not discriminate against drinking. I think you should be an equal opportunity drinker.
Great. So so the thing is then anyway, yes, the most important thing is drink as much as you can, drink as often as you can, And if you get sick of beer, just switch over to the wine. And if you get sick of the wine, go back to the beer. There you go.
Okay, I'm going to throw a curveball in there for you. I'm drinking coffee right now. What about Bailey's in my coffee? I mean, which not beer or wine. What about spirits? We want to throw in like an extra bonus round on spirits.
Well, Bailey's is an Irish drink, so I have to promote that one, don't I? So,
I mean, you did invent Irish coffee. I will give the Irish that is like one of my favorite things in the world.
Yes. So we invented the Irish coffee. So we invented the Bailey's. So second, I'm moving here.
You're moving, you're shaking, you got everything going on there.
We got a bit going on here. It's a bit of a train
station. You got a big event going on in your fancy house there.
Oh, big. It's train station day today, so it's all good. So there we go.
Okay, Mel, you are coming in and out looking like a crazy man. I think this is probably a sign you've had too much to drink, and we should probably wrap up the show. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is apples versus oranges. Mel's got a whole series coming up of versus things. He's very much like adversarial. Which thing should you pick? So we're going to be talking apples versus oranges next. Thank you for those who tuned in. Thank you for our comments, and we will be seeing you next week.
Great stuff. See you all next week. Cheers. Bye.